kindergarten artists, today we're just going to do a quick little warm-up for our scissors. And I know that most of you have used scissors before and you're probably using them in your classroom, but just a quick little reminder, this small little oval right here is where your thumb goes through, and this bigger little shape right here is where 2 or 3 other fingers go. Since I hold my pencil with my right hand, I'm going to be cutting with my right hand. So I'm using the same hand that I use my pencil with to do my cutting. I want to show you this first activity. So we've got this little piece of paper. It's called a newsprint piece of paper. It's really lightweight and kind of flimsy, but it's great for what we're doing. I'm going to be cutting one strip of paper from the bottom to the top. One strip all the way up, straight up, like that. So that is going to be the first step that I do. Cut a straight line, as straight as possible, doesn't need to be perfect, from the bottom to the top. And notice that my strip of paper is pretty small because I still want to have a big piece of paper left. That is going to be your first step, is to cut all the way up, your first little practice step. Now after y'all do that, you're going to be getting this bigger piece of paper again. You're going to be getting your scissors again. And I'm going to show you how we're going to turn this little piece of paper, this little rectangle, into a piece of paper that is taller than you. Taller than your teachers maybe, taller than me. So I'm cutting a straight line. Now before I get to the edge, because when I get to the edge I cut that strip off, I'm going to stop. So I'm stopping before I get to the edge of that paper. And then I'm going to turn. And then I'm going to cut again. So notice I'm cutting in straight lines each time. Before I get to the edge, I'm going to stop, and then I'm going to turn. And then I'm cutting and cutting and cutting. Now what do I do right here? I stop, and then I turn. And once again, I'm cutting and cutting and cutting. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Before I get to the edge, I stop, and then I turn. And I'm cutting and cutting and cutting. No, it's getting smaller. And before I get to the edge, what do? That's right, I stop, and then I turn the paper. I'm doing the same thing over and over, guys. The big thing is to stop before you get to the edge of that paper. Stop, and then you turn. Cutting, cutting, cutting. All the way up. Before I get to the edge, I stop, and then I turn. Cutting, cutting, cutting. Before I get to the edge, I stop, and I turn. So guys, I'm just doing the same thing over and over. Before I get to the edge, stop and turn. Cutting before I get to the edge, stop and turn. And up, up, up. Stop and turn. Stop and turn. Ooh, do you think I can get a little bit more? I think I can. Stop and turn. Get a tiny bit more, one little snip. Stop and turn, and one last one. I think I can get it. And whoa! Now on this video, I'm just going to leave the camera pointed down, so I'm not going to stand up and hold this up. But if I held this up to me, I would actually have a piece of paper that was taller than me. So you can see, and you can stand up after you get this done and see if you were able to get that paper taller than you. Thanks, guys.